Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Shadow Mamoswine because it is going to be kind of abundant now. Well, it was while the community days were here, and seeing that we are going to be having these holiday events, it's also going to be spawning there as well. So a little food for thought as to what you should be investing in here. So this is going to be a Shadow, so you would have to have one of those already made with frustration removed. I guess you can go in there with just Avalanche, but that's kind of a risk. But then again, you are going to be able to hit a ton of things very hard with that as a Shadow. But with that said, let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. Pairing it up with a 100% IV, level 51, Rayquaza, of course, Breaking Swipe that has been nerfed. Still, you know, again, there's a lot of times I wish I can have that debuff, but it still did what it needed to do for the most part. And we're getting the attack drop right there as I say it too. And also Kyogre, level 50, completely maxed out. Okay, so if you do enjoy my content, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and see what we have going on here. We're going to swap the lead so I can show you exactly how this account works too, so you understand that you're not the only one in that boat where the Go Battle League just simply counters you no matter what you throw up in the front, at least a certain amount of times. All right, so we're up against another Kyogre here. They're going to be going for their Origin Pulse. It's another water move, not very effective, but it is a very hard-hitting move and did enough to bring us down low enough to farm us down. Bringing in the Rayquaza, going for the Breaking Swipe here. And we're able to take down that Kyogre, and then one tail, or one shot, one tail, the Dialga there. Next game, we're met with a Rhyperior. All right, so this thing does have a buffed Mud Slap. All right, and Breaking Swipe, I would assume they do have. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I think we'll shield this first one up here. We will be able to not outpace them, unfortunately, but this is not going to be enough to KO, and we are going to be able to take them out. So we'll go ahead and let that go, as we've already gotten a shield from them, so it's 1-to-1, and we have pretty much no health, so this is perfect. So they're not going to be able to get a bunch of farm. Bringing in Shadow Ho-Oh, and we're going to go ahead and give them a special treat with our Kyogre here and getting to the surf. This will KO them pretty much if they let this go. And they're going to be using their last shield here. Now this could be a Brave Bird, and it's an Earthquake. Surprise to me. And as soon as they throw that, I bring in my Rayquaza, still holding on to one shield here. And this is pretty much a wrap. They realize this and they back out. We take that win. Now we're going to go ahead and put Rayquaza in the front here. I was encountering a lot of hard counters. We're not going to look at all of those or any of those pretty much right now. Well, we will, but take a look at that. You saw it. I switched it, put it right in front. Didn't see a single fairy. And then as soon as I put that one up there, a Xerneas. You gotta love it. All right, let's see how this match does play out here, so you can see how the game does keep you at about a 50 to 55% win rate here, because that's just the way it's manipulated. And up against this Yveltal here, we're going to go ahead and shield this up and simply farm them down with Waterfall, because it just does so much damn damage. And Yveltal really can't take a hit here. All right, we're going to go ahead and throw that Surf. We're looking pretty good. We do have that Mamoswine at full health. We do have Rayquaza at full health. I mean, we're looking great. They're going to go ahead and throw close combat. They're still holding on to two shields as well. And, I mean, technically, we're not in the clear. They're going to be immediately swapping, and they do have a Metagross in the back. So I back out because it's a wrap. There's nothing I can do there. You see how that works out? There's just nothing I can do. All right, next game. What are we going to see? A Ho-Oh. Okay, well, that's right after I was hard countered, so this is a lot better. And if I don't pull some sort of a win out of this, then maybe, again, I should just stop playing Go Battle League. So let's see what we have going on here. But we still do need to look out for that Brave Bird, which is going to be doing a ton of damage, even after lowering their attack. So I do shield up. They go for the Sacred Fire, which is going to be costing them more energy as well. And they're going to be shielding up our next Breaking Swipe here. A Brave Bird at this point will KO. We're going to let it go because I don't want to use both of my shields. You got me. Pretty good. Bringing in the Mamoswine to farm them down, as that's not something that we really wanted to encounter, and we could take them out fairly quick. But they are going to be bringing in a Kyogre immediately here. And I swap into my own, and they do have an Excadrill in the back. Now, I was thinking this was pretty much a wrap here, but we're going to try to still make this work without just top lefting and throwing a fit here, right? All right, so we had to use our last shield, and if you're thinking you could have taken them out with Surf there and still held on to one shield, the Mamoswine's taking way too much damage from the quick move anyways. It's not like we're going to be able to be out there shielding up all kinds of stuff. The Kyogre, I'm not trying to hold on to the shield for that. We had to have this very specifically in a certain way. So we got their last shield. That's all we needed to do. We had energy ready, and we get to the high horsepower. This will be enough. Absolutely devastating. I mean, Shadow Mamoswine is, I will admit, the design, personally, I do not like Shadow or Mamoswine in general. But, I mean, the thing is an absolute beast. Next game, we're met with a Gyarados with Dragon Breath. And we can stay here. This is fine. We will have to shield up their attack despite lowering their attack. And we're getting the attack drop fairly often as well, right? So it's still happening, obviously, just not every single time. Going for another one of these, Dragon Ascend, I mean, obviously, that's nothing that we need to go for right now. That's more of like when you have a ton of energy and you take them by surprise, or if they're shieldless. All right, we're getting all their shields. Sounds good. Now, I was contemplating going in here with the Mamoswine and farming down with the Powdered Snow, which I do believe would have been enough to farm them down and take them out before they get to a charge move, as opposed to going in here with the Kyogre with Waterfall, but I just didn't. I just played it safe. Okay, we're just going to go in here with this. They are going to be bringing in a Lugia here. I immediately swap into Mamoswine. They're going to be retreating with energy. At this point, they probably have about a Sky Attack ready. Swapping into a Metagross. High Horse powering them. It was a Shadow, so we're able to one-shot it. I think we one-shot a regular one too. It might be pretty close if not. But this is looking great here, and we're taking the win with that Shadow Mamoswine at the end there. Fantastic. Next game, met with a Dialga. All right. Now, the nice part about going up against Dialga when you are using Rayquaza with Breaking Swipe before they did nerf it was the fact that you were getting the attack drop every time, which you desperately needed. Now that you do not get it, Dialga is here to reign supreme yet again. It really did kind of have to worry about Rayquaza, but not anymore. So at this point, what we're going to have to do is bring in the Mamoswine, go down all the way to the freaking red, and also sacrifice a shield. So lovely. Now that we got rid of their dragon, though, we should be able to just run amok of whatever they do have in the back here. They're bringing in a Xerneas, and we're going to absolutely dominate them and just cover them in snow with the avalanche, getting a shield, and then they let one go. I do bring in the Kyogre. We're going to let this go and hold on to our shield. Let's see what they have. And it's going to be a Yveltal. Okay, we can work with this. We have ice in the back, right? Their quick move's really not doing too much. They're not running with Gust, right? Because Xerneas can go with the Gust. Going for the Surf here, and we're going to be getting the last shield, which is great. We are holding on to one ourselves. So what we're going to do is actually shield this up. And yeah, we're not going to be able to farm them down, but that's okay. We will at this point. We just had to make sure we had their energy. And they're going to be going down immediately, and then we get to the Avalanche, and we're going to take the win with our star of the show, Shadow Mamoswine here. Very expensive investment, as all the Shadows are. As all the Shadow Legendaries are, right? Next game, we're met with a Lugia with Dragon Tail always, so we're going to have to swap because Rayquaza really cannot compete up against that absolute tank of a beast. We bring in Kyogre, and they swap curiously into their Groudon, and I'm thinking to myself, well, shit, what the hell do you have in the back to make you swap into Groudon right now? Unless it was a misswap, and in which case that does happen, right? I, personally do that myself. Usually I'd back the hell out, but, fight all the way. Let's go. All right. So they have used all their shields, and they're bringing their Lugia back out here. I'm going to go ahead and shield this up. We're going to wait a second in case they swap. All right, we're going to go ahead and throw that Avalanche. This is not going to KO. This is the tankiest thing in the Master League, Lugia. And they do have a Tyranitar in the back, which is going to be weak to ground. We're able to get to the high horsepower because of the crazy spam ability of Powdered Snow, one-shotting them and getting to the Avalanche and taking the win and absolutely just sweeping up with Shadow Mamoswine. Look at this thing go. Absolutely dominating. Let's get it. Next game, we're going to be seeing a Rhyperior. Now we have to look out for the Breaking Swipe, but the quick move is going to be resisted. So in my head, I'm thinking, well, they're not going to be able to farm us down with the Mud Shot, right? Or Mud Slap. That's what it is on Rhyperior. That did get the energy generation buff. So we'll go ahead and let that first one go here. Or wait, did we shield it up? Hold up, there's no way, we let it go, there's no way. And they have a Mewtwo in the back, great. Now we could go ahead and start shielding, absolutely putting on the pressure of this Mewtwo here. While we do a ton of damage, Rayquaza really can handle those Mewtwo's for sure. The Shadow can be a little bit of an issue because of how hard the damn Side Strike hits with the stab, incredible, even after lowering their attack. So of course we're gonna let that go, we've gotten a shield. We'll bring in Kyogre as we can take a hit, but they're going to immediately swap into their Giratina origin form, which is going to take a ton of damage from the Avalanche. Now, I need to call this here. I'm going to let it go. Perfect. It is an ominous win. They get the boost, though. Oh, they get the boost. Oh, they get the... Oh, yeah. They get the boost. I always get the boost when I'm going up against them. All right, so this should still almost be enough to KO them. It should be pretty close. All right, actually just KOing them. You have to get the hell out of here. And we're getting to the Avalanche with the Mamoswine up against the Mewtwo to finish them off yet again with the sweep by the Mamoswine. Okay, not gassing this thing up. It is actually very good. Next game, we're met with a Landorus. Of course, everything that we have that's going to be super effective is in the back. That's the way it works a lot of times. Okay, so Stone Edge will not one-shot it. Well, will it? I don't think it will one-shot. I'm pretty sure it won't. It's going to be pretty close. I think we're going to go ahead and let it go. We did not drop the attack, so we're just going to play it safe. They're bringing in a Togekiss, so we immediately swap into the Kyogre, and I instantly knew I was going to be able to pull this off, right? If you played enough, it calculates instantly in your mind. So the way it worked for me was, I seen the Mewtwo. I knew Kyogre is going to be able to take a Psy Strike, so we don't have to worry about being down a shield. They're going to shield this up. They have to survive it. Now they're down a shield here. We'll bring in Rayquaza, which has energy already, go for the Breaking Swipe, which is going to do neutral and a ton of damage to the Mewtwo, getting the last shield. They swap into their Togekiss. I could have went for a Breaking Swipe there, but I'm going to go ahead and swap into the Mamoswine, and we're going to also let this go here because it's only going to be an Ancient Power, and this Avalanche is going to easily KO, and yet again, we should be able to clean up here with the Mamoswine at the end. Let's go. What do you know? This thing is an absolute beast. Maybe I should just keep on using this over and over again. I mean, I am from Alaska. Okay, next game. What are we going to see here? We have a Dialga lead. Not the best for Rayquaza, especially after the debuff on Breaking Swipe. So, of course, we're going to throw that immediately here. Tell me we get the... Okay, so at this point, since we did get the defense or the attack drop, I think we... okay, never mind. We're going to let it go. Okay, never mind. So we bring in the Mamoswine. They immediately swap into a Mewtwo here. And since their Dialga is low enough, the Kyogre can still farm them down with Surf. Despite it being resisted, Surf is still doing a decent amount of damage, and we don't have to worry about them getting to a Draco Meteor before an Iron Head. They're going to go for Iron Head, right? Okay, so what's going on here? We have Kyogre up against Mewtwo. Have I done a swaparoo here? What's going on? I wasn't even just talking here, looking into the mic. Okay, so Rayquaza is obviously down. 1-to-1 shield. They're bringing in Dialga, and we get to the Surf. Tell me you shield this up. If they shield this up, of course they do. All right. So we'll bring in the Mamoswine. They'll get to a charge move, and now we need to see something that's going to be weak to Ice or Ground, or it's over. Okay, perfect. It's a Giratina, but is this going to be enough? This is a maxed out Mamoswine. I mean, the IVs aren't the best, and even if it was a 100% IV, that still wouldn't have KO'd. It still wouldn't have been enough. We're taking a loss there. That happens. It happens. Good game. Good game. Next game, we have a fantastic lead up against Groudon, and they're going to be swapping into their Dialga here. Now, it kind of stumped me for a second. I was thinking about what I should swap into. But we're just going to go ahead and bring in the Mamoswine after we did lower their attack here. So we have, I mean, our whole team is going to be good up against Groudon, so we don't need to worry about that coming back into the game. And we're still going to be putting on the pressure here. We got one shield. They're coming back in with Groudon, which is telling me that they maybe have a Flyer, maybe another Dragon, who knows, whatever they have in the back. Flyer. Did I already say that? Yes, I did. Okay, so we'll have to see here. And they're using their last shield, and so do we. And they get to the Fire Punch first. That's okay. We wanted this to happen. We want them to use up their energy. We're good. We're good. Now, I think we do bring in our Rayquaza. Yep, and they bring in their Yveltal. And this, I've been in this matchup 100 times. Yveltal can take a hit. The thing hits like a son of a gun, but it really just can't take a hit. Now, they're going to be able to outpace us to the next move, which is fine, because we're going to bring in the Rayquaza and just simply farm them down, and there's nothing the Groudon can do at this point. It's pretty much a wrap, right? So we're taking them out. Oh, wait. No, it's Kyogre. Kyogre said, shut the hell up. All right, we immediately swap, or they take us out, and Rayquaza gets off a Dragon Tail that we don't even see. An invisible Dragon Tail. Now, this person is the spiciest one here. It is going to be at the end, so you remember it. All right, so if you stayed all the way to the end. If you did, I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a great day. And if you could hit that like button, that would be fantastic on your way out. So yes, that Chandelure putting in the work. What a beast. So they swapped to Snipe Me. I'm not going to make any jokes. All I'm thinking is, all right, you did it to yourself. Bringing in the Mamoswine to farm them down. And I'm thinking, you know, they're going to come in here with the Chandelure. I'm going to swap. But they don't, and we're just going to start throwing these avalanches right away here. So it is going to be a Groudon. So they've got a team that's pretty weak to water. They got that Dragonite out there to protect them. That's pretty much it. So kind of a brave team that they're running here. Extra spicy. But folks, there you have it. Good game here to the Spice Master. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!